lives one day at a time. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. They're here to get your day going fine. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. And here's your host, Miss Kim Robinson.
Not be ashamed to ask the good Lord to walk with us in every situation, whatever you may be going through. Don't be ashamed to ask the good Lord to walk with you. Walk with me, Lord. Walk with me.
Wow. Amen, 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 amen. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. And thank you for tuning in to the Let's Talk Show right here on Elations Radio. I am your host, Chanel Lynn, and this special thanks goes to the lovely Miss Kimmy Kim and Jerry Royce at Positive Power 21.org for our topic on tonight. We are discussing sisterhood. Can I trust her? Joining us on this hot topic on tonight, we have the Miss Boss Lady herself, Miss Kimmy Kim. How are you, lovely lady?
I'm blessed. How about you, my sister?
I'm blessed as well. God is so good. I'm so happy that you're able to join on tonight. It's been a while. I missed you in the discussion.
Yes, it's an honor, girl. It's an honor to be
we
here.
Always have.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, we always have this great discussions. We go in depth and everything. It's always so fun and beneficial. We learn from each other. And, you know, people have told me that they've learned a lot just from our discussions. So I want to know, do you think it's important for sisters to stick together no matter what? I mean, and then who is a sister anyway?
As the old phrase by Tupac will say, every sister ain't a sister. Basically, a sister is someone that you...
Going
I
already.
100 with that one.
Bring it in.
So with that being said,
it
has to be equally yoked. It has to be a relationship where you both benefit from one another. It's not a one-sided relationship. It's not a relationship based on we are using each other, but we're building each other up. We encourage each other. We are there for each other. We love each other. And it's based on the love of God. When you have a sister like that, you can go through the storm, you can go through anything, because guess what? When God is in it, there is nothing that can that can destroy it. There is nothing that can come between you and that sister. So that's why I said every sister is not a sister based on your beliefs.
Let's talk about that. Who is not a sister? You brought it. That was good. You brought that. You really did. That was really good.
I had to learn that the hard way, my sister. Because, you know, it could be people in your family. Even though just because you're family doesn't mean it's really true of family. You're just bonded based on blood. But I have learned over the years that it's really hard to find a true sister, and when you do, gravitate towards her, hold on to her. And how do you know you have that real sister? It's unconditional love. They're going to love you through the good, the bad, and the ugly, not just when you can benefit them. And how do you know that it's not a sister? Because it's not defined by God. Because I really believe in relationships on all levels, when it's marriage, when it's business, when it's platonic, when it's just a good friend. What God puts together, can nobody come between that. I don't just look at the word just for the marriage. I look at also, you know, business relationships, females relationships, you know, platonic relationships with opposite sex. And when God brings you guys together, you know, it won't fade away.
You said something really interesting, and I think it's really, really true. It is hard to find, which is, I think, is really, really sad, though. You know, it is hard to find someone who's, like, really genuine and really, you know, really wants to be, you know, just in your life to, you know, just be a sister, you know, be a friend, be someone that, you know. Because when I think about a sister, I look at somebody who looks beyond friendship. Like when you see, like I look at my sister, like when I look at my sister, I should see me. I feel like we're all connected, you know. When I look at you, I should see myself, you know. And when you look at me, I want you to see yourself, you know. because
That's a good one.
we share
like
so
that.
much. Yeah. But I wanted to touch on what you said though, that everybody is not a sister, because I think that's really important to realize too, especially with you brought up family members and everything else too, because some people keep toxic people in their life because they're family. They deal with people even though they're killing them or killing their purpose or preventing them from moving forward in their life. Can you expound on that a little bit, touch that a little bit, like who is not? Because I know you said, of course, it wouldn't be, it's not God ordained, but how can you tell, like, characteristics of a person who shows that they are not your sister? Because, there's a difference. There's a difference between someone who is just flat out not your sister and, from someone who is just struggling. You know what I'm saying? Who's just been through a lot and, they're just really negative because of what they've gone through. Somebody who, that person versus somebody who actually, like, hates you.
Absolutely. And those are the ones that you have to look to. Really, based on my experience, I found when people are just taking from you and just taking and taking and taking from you, and they don't give taking, like, they take your time, they take your peace, they take your joy. When they're takers and they're not giving you the opportunity to allow you to receive from them, that is a person that is not your sister, because I believe in equally yoked. Equally yoked for me means basically when, like, for instance, when you're down, I want to be there for you and vice versa. It shouldn't just be a one-way situation where you're always taking, or you're always giving. It's a mutual respect. It's a mutual caring. It's an admiration. You both adore each other. You both are there for each other. Don't get me wrong. You're going to have problems in any relationships, and that's what causes that relationship, that bond, to become stronger, because you endure a situation. But what I have found, when there is a true sister, she's going to want to pray for you, be there for you, empathize with you. She don't want no harm come your way. She speaks life into your situation. She's not negative. Negativity is not of God. Darkness. You don't want a dark sister in your life. You want someone that brings that light. Like you, when I talk to you, I always see the light. You always have a positive side of yourself, no matter what you're facing, because you know who you are and whose you are. And that is a true sister to me, when they know who they are and whose they are. Don't get me wrong. I'm open to becoming a mentor, so we can become sisters. But I'm not the type of person to like just because we don't get along, I'm not going to be able to pray for you. But when I see you as my true sister, I empty out to you. I provide personal information that I can't tell anyone else. So that's a true sister, and someone who you can confide in, and you don't have to worry about it being on a soap opera or being discussed amongst friends, and you know who that is, because if that person is a gossiper, they're going to gossip about you to someone else. So that's one thing I found about you. You have always been the same, Chanel, since day one, and I am enjoying this relationship. So true sister, like you just said recently, like previously you said, I will see you and you will see me in you. And I really believe that, because the characteristics are the same. You guys have the same desires. So you will want to see yourself in that person. That is so true.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. I'm so honored, Kimmy. Oh, my gosh. You encourage me. I don't
No, you have no idea. You are an amazing sister, and you have not given up. You are not a quitter. Yeah, you're amazing.
No, I'm not. Yeah, all praise to the Most High God for that.
Yeah,
honey.
Isn't he amazing?
If it wasn't for God. Yes, he really is. He really is. And that's the thing, too, why I think that it's important to bring out what you said as well, as far as, somebody who believes like you do, that God has to be in it, And this is exactly the reason why, ladies and gentlemen, because when somebody really has a real relationship with God, when somebody really loves God, God is really able to use that person, You know, you might not have, you know, the physical things that your friend may need, you know, for help or whatever all the time. But God, I mean, a word. You can give, God can use you to give a word to your sister. Because that will quicken you. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Come on. That's rich.
Go ahead.
No, you just said you were quick. Go ahead. You preaching now, girl.
Yeah.
I ain't stopping that preaching moment.
I mean, it would quicken you in your spirit, honey, get you up on your feet, and you be ready to go and conquer whatever it is that you need to conquer in your life. And you'll be like, woo, I needed that. Thank you, sis.
Because that's why we're here.
And
that's why we're reminded in the second commandment to love each other as we love ourselves, you know? That also is saying that I see Chanel's situation, so I'm going to pray for her. Like you said earlier, when you are a true sister, you're going to see that person, because that person will reflect you, because you guys are combined through the love of God. And go ahead, girl. You got this.
I'm just listening. Go ahead, Kimmy.
Girl,
my goodness.
I love sisterhood. Nothing like a true sister.
Yeah, I mean, nothing like, because for a woman to really flourish, like with what she does, this is why I think sisterhood is so important. And I think that a lot of us, is a significant amount of us, you know, as sisters, should start doing more to reach out to teach other women on how to be sisters, because we go through a lot. You know, we suffer a lot of the same things, and some of us don't handle those horrible things, those bad things, like other people do. Some of us, you know, handle it in a negative way, while others, you know, can handle it in a positive way. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us, you know, and then sometimes it flip-flops. You know, I have my bad days where I'm like, I'm going through something or whatever, and I'm just, I don't even want to talk to nobody, you know. But I have my moment. I have those days when I'm like, you know what? To God be the glory. I'm getting up, and you know, I'm putting this in God's hands, and I'm trusting God with this thing. You know what I'm saying? But some people don't have that. Some people don't have that mindset. Some people weren't raised to have that kind of mindset. So Kimmy, how can you, or what would you do, you know, to try to, you know, help another sister, you know, be a sister?
Well, you said something that was very profound. A lot of us, some of us don't have that upbringing, so they don't know how. So the first thing you would want to do is love them to Christ, you know, show them mercy, show them grace like God has given us. And when you do those things and you don't do it to show, you know how some people like to help people and then they broadcast it on Facebook. I did so and so. That's not helping. You're supposed to just help in quietness. Allow God to ignite that you're doing something for good. Let that person that you have helped them. Don't help and you want to show it off. So that's not really true helping. True helping is basically one-on-one and just loving them to Christ, loving them to a fact where, you know, they see something different in you. They see, you know, that light. They will want to change because it's kind of hard to stay the same when you have been introduced to the gospel of Jesus. It's really hard. And people think we don't have fun. We do. You have the best fun in your life on earth and in heaven. And it's not a boring lifestyle. It's not how we were taught growing up where there's so many strict rules. All God is asking is for you to come as you are, you know, and just love and allow him to be the driver in your life. But what I would do is just, you know, have patience, have mercy, because someone had to show me the way, and that's what we're missing now. We want to mentor young ladies, but we don't want to allow them to grow. Like the moment we show them, we want them to change instantly. That's not going to happen. That's not instant. It's not like an instant microwave or coffee where you're showing someone today and you expect them to be the same person the next day. They've been that person for 20 years, so you got to let them grow. So that's why we don't see a lot of growth, because we have a lot of these superstitious, super spiritual people who are so highly anointed that they don't have the patience and the really they don't have the love in their heart to guide someone to Christ or guide someone to become a great sister, because they want change instantly and not wait on that person to change, because it takes time. I didn't get here overnight, girl. It took me many trials and tribulations to get here. So we have to offer that change to that individual.
Oh my gosh, you said a lot of profound things just right there. You said love. It's like loving, you know, and I know it kind of sounds cliche-ish, you know, when I say this, but loving somebody to life, that's pretty much what I got out of what you said. You love on somebody. When you love on them, genuinely. My goodness. And oh my gosh, you're so right. Like some people they call themselves trying to bring somebody to Christ. But really all they're really trying to do is, you know, trying to, I guess they go after, I think they're more so concerned about, you know, because you know how the Bible talks about how you get these jewels on your crown for every soul that, you know, you bring to the Lord. I think that people kind of get, you know, kind of have that forefront in their mind instead of really actually caring about the person genuinely. And I think that's when, like, some people,
image,
you know, you know, some people, people in churches or whatever, they go out and they minister in the community and everything, and then they may get like a couple of people or a few people, you know, to come and visit finally that, you know, haven't really been. Honey, I'm telling you. And then all of a sudden, you turn around and that person is gone.
And that's not evangelizing.
Because, you know,
evangelizing is not spreading what you have changed, because you can't change nobody. All you do is planting the seed or planting the water, and God, He gets the increase. And that's what some of these super spiritual people who are so-called leaders tend to forget, that they cannot save anyone. They can only feed into their spirit what God, someone else has fed into their spirit, and then God, He does the changing.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. You know, one of the hard things, and this is, of course, leading to another question, but this is, I want to say, is kind of a difficult question, I guess. It might not be difficult for you because you're a genius, but anyway. You know,
no, I'm not. I'm like, still learning, honey.
Honey, you'd be surprised. But you know how sometimes, you know, you embrace somebody, you know, that, you know, is kind of straggling, you know, along the way with their relationship with Christ and everything, you know, and you want to love on that person genuinely and so on and so forth, you know, but that person is still struggling, and you're trying, you know, to love on that person. You're trying to have long suffering, you know, with this person and everything. You're trying to be patient, you know, with this person, but all of a sudden, Kimmy, they break your trust. How? But it happens.
But I have that many times before too, and you have to remember it takes time to forgive. You got to forgive, but then remember how many times we were unfaithful to God. So that's what keeps me humble, and knowing that, Lord, I know I was something else. Okay, fine. But it takes time. Don't get me wrong. We're not like God. You know, we can't just. You know how God just instantly like forgives. That's not how we build, because we're still flesh. We still got to go through the hurting stage and go through the forgiving stage before we can really restore that relationship. I can't say you got to forgive right away. It takes time. It's based on that person's time. But what I will say, don't stay there, because when you stay there, you lose your blessing. Because forgiveness is really powerful. It's allowing you're telling someone, you don't have control over me. You may hurt me. You may mistrust me. And I forgive you, but guess what? You're not going to take my joy away. And so God didn't never say that we have to restore that relationship. He said we have to forgive. He didn't say once you forgive, you have to go back to that person. He said you just could love that person from afar. You know, like my ex thought that when I forgave him, that meant that we would try this marriage again. No. God had never, and that He would put that in my head, like, when you forgive, you're supposed to try again. It's like, no, that's not true. When you're forgiving, that is your choice to either continue the relationship or just love them from afar. You still have to love them, but you have to be around them. Because you can't have hatred in your heart if you're a child of God. And that is hard.
Right.
So we cannot do that. based on our own strength. We have to be led by the Spirit, because I can't love my enemies based on my spirit. I'm not there that. I'm not that strong. I'm not going to lie to you on that one. That takes the Holy Spirit, girl.
Yeah, it's really hard. It's really hard.
Yeah,
because I think and this is whatever, my own opinion. Blah blah blah.
It's growing. We're still growing, honey. We're still growing.
Yeah. But like somebody who like is your enemy, is somebody who actually is your really has it out for you, like really wants you to fail in life, really wants you to like die,
I love them too. Guess what? My haters are my motivators. I love haters, because I was like, if you think you hating on me now, wait till I get to this level. I want them haters. You're going to have haters if you're doing good or doing bad. If Jesus had haters, he was blameless, and all he did was bless others, we're going to have haters too. We're going to have haters with God or without God. But I'd rather have haters with God, because he says vengeance belongs to me. If you hate my child, it's like go ahead and commit suicide, because I protect my child. So you are covered by God if you do have haters. And with that sisterhood, God will give you that wisdom to let you know, no, this is not your sister. So he didn't never say, because I love that sister, that I would have to be around her. You can love people from afar. That's the best medicine. That's the best medicine. Love them from afar.
Absolutely.
Because I don't want to have hatred in my heart, because I don't want to have that hatred in my heart, because that's not from God.
Right. Man, that was really important what you just said, because, honey, I remember some pastors, honey, they used to teach, keep your enemy, keep your enemy close to you. They go to the example about Judas in the Bible, I think that a lot of people, a lot of leaders in the church, they get to quoting these scriptures and going to different stories in the Bible, but their understanding of it, I don't know. I think it's kind of off.
It's not valid.
Because the way they were teaching, it was like they were saying to, somebody that hate your guts, buy them a coffee, that basically, I think they were saying that that's how you show love to that person,
Now, it is true, but it's not saying that you have to go all your way to do that. Let's say, for instance, you are like driving and you see someone you can't stand, they are bystanding they are like need help with, their car. If you can, it is better to help them. But it's not saying that, I see someone in a restaurant and I'm going on my way to speak to them. No. But if I see them in a need, if I have the resources, I am by God's law to help, because love is a deed. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But I'm still learning, honey. Remember that movie, The War Room?
You and I both.
Girl.
Yeah. You and I both.
You remember that?
Because what
yeah.
about that sister, Kimmy? What about that sister that wants to take your man? You know what I'm saying? There are women a lot of women who do that.
Check this out. If he goes, then he was not your man, right? Because he would be like,
true,
decision. But let's say, for instance, he tells you that she has come on to him and he did not resist. Yeah, you definitely gonna make sure that you don't be around that sister. I don't do that. But if he doesn't resist, that is on him. But if he does, then that is on her. So it just depends on how that fallout ends.
Yeah. Let's deal with that sister, though. Let's deal with her real quick.
Do it. Okay.
How would you deal with her, though? You know what I'm saying? Because I think a lot of us deal with her the wrong way.
I had a cousin that. I had a cousin like that was trying to talk to someone that I was interested in, and she made some lies about them, and which I knew was true. So how I dealt with it was basically I really prayed for her. I felt sorry for her. Don't get me wrong. I couldn't trust her again, and our relationship is not as strong like it was in the beginning, because we used to be like sisters, call each other every day. Now it's like, you know, hi, I speak, but I don't go out my way to call her. I mean, I hate to say that that's how it has come down to being. She's my cousin. But, you know, if you're going to do that to me, and you can do that to me another time. So I did forgive her, but I can't say that the relationship is the same, because how can I, you know, I mean, I forgave her, and I love her, but I just.
But how can you trust her again?
Trust her.
You know?
Exactly. I don't trust her like that.
How can you trust her again?
Yes. So that took some time to forgive her, because she did hurt me. She was the one that, you know, I was always there for when she needed something. If I have it, it's hers. But for her to just do it behind my back and not tell me, that's what was hurting me. Even though I know he wouldn't have responded to her because of the type of woman that he likes, but it's how she did it. And so it took me many years to forgive her, I'm going to be honest. But I forgave her.
Yeah.
But the relationship is not the same.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, you know, it's a really hard thing. And I think that a lot of women, you know, I'm the type of person, I love getting to the core issues.
Yes, get to the core.
You know,
go to the point, girl. Yes. That's what I like about you.
I'm just saying.
You go straight to the black coffee, the centerpiece of it. That's what I love about you, Chanel.
Get down to the coffee beans.
Anything. Yeah.
Right.
Grind those beans.
A lot of women have been, you know, a lot of women are dealing with insecurities. A lot of women have given up on, you know, love for themselves. A lot of us, you know, have been, you know, molested, and, you know, the way to deal with that, you know, a lot of us, you know, are very promiscuous. A lot of us, most of us have dad issues, so we have man issues. And so a lot of women find their self-confidence in being able to take another woman's man, especially if this woman looks like somebody that hurt her, which is horrible, you know, because the woman has absolutely nothing to do with the person that actually hurt you, you know. And then and then a lot of women don't think about consequences, you know, and I really want to
can I address that insecurity?
Find a way to reach women. Huh?
Can I address that insecurity?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I really found out that because I'm going to be honest, I have a little insecurity growing up because I thought that a man would complete you, but he doesn't. He compliments you. So that's how we're taught as in some households as women, that we need a man to complete us. And if we don't have that man, we're not fulfilled. We're not complete. So I had to go through that stage of knowing that is so wrong, so wrong. When you know whose you are in the Lord and have that security of who you know or who you are, that insecurity blanket will leave, and that security blanket for God will rest upon your heart, and then that man will come. Because you cannot have a man if you're not secure. And the man is your and that man is your complement, not your completion. And so I have to learn that myself, because I don't want to have anyone controlling my happiness but God. So if a man controls or a woman controls your happiness, you have to really seek after God, because that is the wrong order, because you will never be happy. Because let's say, for instance, we get married. You get married to that one person that you're in love with. You're going to have flaws. You're going to have disagreements. And what you're going to do, you're going to stick there? Are you going to be there? Are you going to have that grace and mercy to show upon to each one of you, both of you guys? Because you're going to have issues, even with that person that you claim that you love. So that's why it's important that we understand the love of God. Because when you're married, you can face many trials and tribulations with God's love. So that's why it's important for us to go through that security blanket through God, and then He'll give us what we want. He will. I know my husband coming, and I know yours is too. So.
Yes, girl, you are heavy. You are heavy. You a heavy hitter.
No, we are.
Absolutely.
We've been through some stuff, girl.
Yeah. You said something really important when you were talking about the insecurity. You know, how women, you know, we try to find completion. We think, or we're taught that, you know, a man will complete us. You know, but I thank God for the man of God that was on the show a couple of weeks ago when we were talking about marriage and you know, the order of the household. And when he said that the man that God made Adam and took a piece out of Adam to create the whole woman, that it was Adam that was incomplete. That it was the man.
We were made for them. They're not made for us. Come on now.
Exactly.
You better preach that. They need us. That's what we're trying to display here. People don't know that it is our hair which is our glory. And it's the glory of a man is a woman. We are made for a man. Come on now. Don't get me started.
You better say that. You better say that.
People don't know, but our hair is what makes our glory. That's why Mary was that's why Mary was favoring Jesus when she gave Jesus glory by washing his feet with her hair with fine perfume, because she was giving him glory. Glory is our hair. It's our hair. It's not the man.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Come on.
Absolutely. See, that's why you're a heavy hitter. Okay.
We both are.
Absolutely.
I love the Lord.
And so,
girl, you know I'm shy.
And so this is why, you know, the misconception of, you know, the state of mind or you know, placement in life. This is how we got things misconstrued. You know, in actuality, we're not saying that that we don't need a man, but we are not incomplete without a man. We are not incomplete. Now, a man, he cannot fully walk in full fruition of God's calling for his life if he does not have his rib. Period.
Come on now. What did he say? It's not good for a man to be alone. And God is good, right? God is good.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay.
Absolutely.
He says it's not good for a man to be alone, but God is good. Okay.
Preach, Kimmy.
All right.
Preach, Kimmy.
All right now. No, you brought it
thing.
up now.
We do each other like that.
I love coming on the show. It's real talk.
It's so fun. And so, you know, for women, you know, it's like we have to. It's a state of mind. You have to really like you said, Kimmy. You know, those women who struggle with, you know, security, you know, within yourself and everything. You really have to find out who you are in God, because without knowing who you are, you cannot have the confidence that you need, you know, to even get the things that you actually want. Because while you're walking in insecurity and you're doing things out of insecurity, you find yourself, you know, in a never-ending, self-defeating battle. Because you're fighting to obtain something that you will never get. Because you're going about it the wrong way.
Wrong way. And check this out.
Yeah.
I have also learned in the hard way. Your presentation based on how you dress is what you're going to attract. So if you're dressing pure, okay, you want to get a guy who just wants sex with you. If you want a quality man, well, dress conservative. Most of those are the ones that are long-term and they won't cheat on you. But if you're dressing sexy to get that man to want you in a way that you think you're going to trap him into sex, because men don't care. They're not emotional when it comes to sex. They are logic, so they can have sex with many women. What makes you different from the other is going to be how they see you differently, not based on sex, but logic. So you want to get the man on a logic level, not on a sexual level. Logic is intelligence, having a conversation, having that chemistry. Because a man can have sex with multiple women and not have any feelings. We can't because we're based on emotional. So that's why it's important based on your presentation, how you present yourself. Are you being fast? I mean, fast to me is just like, you're telling the man right away you want him. Of course he's going to want to hit it. He ain't going to say no. He's going to hit that. That's their nature. I mean, I'm just keeping it real. That's their nature. They're going to hit it and run because you were too easy. Yeah. Yeah, I was a sex addiction, so I didn't care. I had a sex addiction, so I didn't care about that. But if you're looking for a man that wants to be with you, you can't give up the cookies right away. Point.
Right.
My sister.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Absolutely.
And that's another.
Absolutely.
This is sisterhood. We're doing sisterhood here. I'm just telling you from what I hear from men. They want quality men. I mean, women. They want quality women who they can take home to their family. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. My goodness, that was good. So do you? I want to say too. Well, no. I want to ask. How can you change a negative situation with your sister into a positive situation and maintain the sisterhood with your sister? You know what I mean?
It first begin with prayer. Yes, you got to pray first, and then ask God for direction, because you got to first ask God, what can I do, and then you go to your sister and ask her, what did I do wrong? Did I offend you? What can I do to reconcile? What can I do to restore this relationship, if it's that important? And then if she is willing, you both will have a communication. Communication barriers are one of the components of misunderstanding. She probably thought you said something about her, and you probably thought you said something about her. Girl, I didn't say that. Oh, I won't say that. Communication barriers is one of the major important factors in a relationship. So break down that communication after prayer, because God will give you that step. He will give you the instructions after you pray to proceed on, but make sure you have good communication and don't allow that barrier to be a stumbling block, because communication is important in a sisterhood. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because, honey, we can talk our ears off, honey, about any and every doggone thing, but when it comes to stuff like that, we won't, the communication is like,
you hurt me. How did I hurt you?
Yeah.
You said it like this. Then you would know that thing offended that person. You don't know what offends someone unless you talk to them. And that's a good thing, that you can talk like that.
Yeah.
A lot of relationships aren't mature like that. They just either they start gossiping, or they just walk away from the friendship. But a mature relationship will say, you know what, when you said this you really hurt me. Yeah. Be real.
Yeah, that brings it back to the very beginning. Yeah. Just bring me back to the beginning of the show when you said, go ahead.
Yeah. You wouldn't forgive me if I said that. I don't know. Yeah. But you haven't done anything. So.
No.
You've been a good sister.
But you made me think about what you said in the very beginning of the show tonight. That it's the same. It's the same thing as when you are in a relationship with somebody. When you are married to somebody, it's the same thing.
Yes.
Because you said in the very beginning, you was like, I think of it as, as it's all the same. And it really is. Because how you deal with your sister is because you're supposed to have love for her and vice versa.
Yes.
And so when you're in a relationship and when you're in a marriage, you're going to deal with the person that you love the exact same way. It might not be, exactly
the major
same
difference
way,
is intimacy. It's the eros. That's the major difference between the sisterhood and the marriage, is that we don't have eros. We don't have that romantic feelings, but everything else is the same. Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
The love and the interactions, the communication, you know, and everything. And it's, you know, the thing that I think that we have that is unique, from having a relationship or marriage, you know, with a man, that I think that keeps, you know, the bond of sisterhood together is knowing that I can relate to my sister. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, we can relate to each other because we're women, because we have the same feelings about the same situations. You know, we might have different thoughts, and we might have different perceptions and everything, but we go through the same things, and we can understand one another. We can empathize with one another and not just sympathize. But we like, man, girl, I've been there. Yes, I know what you're talking about, girl. And then, you know, like, I consider you more seasoned than I am with experiences in life. And so, like, I can come to you, Kimmy, and be like, girl, I done went to blah, 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 blah. And you be like, oh, girl, I've been through that. I know, you know. And then you be like, well, this is how I handled it, you know, which helped me, you know. And so that's why I think that, you know, with the sisterhood, no matter how old, you know, we are or how young we are, I just really think that we should, you know, think about, you know, the women. Well, I can't really say that, you know, the younger women could, you know, consider the older women as like sisters because of the age. I don't know.
I got big sisters and little sisters.
Yeah, true. Yeah, okay. Yeah. But like the amount of respect, I think would probably, you know, would maybe, you know, be different. Like, I think that, you know, older women should look at, you know, the younger women as daughters, you know, and the younger women should look at the older women as mothers, you know.
Our big sisters or little sisters.
Or our big sisters or little sisters. Absolutely. But, like, you know, to the point to where you are able to trust that person when they are correcting an error in your personality or your character, because that's one thing we get wrong, too. We get, you know, there's a flaw in our own character or a way of error, you know, within us, and then somebody comes along and says something, or we automatically, some of us, you know, automatically jump to the defense, you know. We don't, I think that, you know, the problem is, you know, I think we kind of think that person is just trying to scold us or have something against us, you know, when in actuality, you should be able to trust your fellow sister to know that she has your best interest and, you know, at heart. Because if you're headed off of a cliff, you would want somebody, you should want for somebody to be able to point it out to you, you know, to prevent you from hurting yourself, you know, and vice versa. And I think that's important in sisterhood, too. Yeah.
Amen. Girl, you preaching. That is very important because, like, you guys are on a mountain climbing, and, you know, she got your back no matter what step you take because you trust her. That's the type of bond and trust that you want to build with a sister.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, we still going to, you know, fall and come up short, but it's the love that we have for each other more so than anything that is important, because love never fails. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful love story. Love is amazing.
Absolutely.
Love.
Absolutely.
It's the only way.
Yeah. And, like, I think that a good way to maintain that trust with your fellow sister in difficult times, I think that dealing with those times, you know, is best to, you know, handle, you know, like when she's done something that was, you know, hurtful, or, you know, something that, you know, basically something that like something like where you were talking about, Kimmy, when you were like, oh, well, you know, did she say something, you know. Well, then again, no. It could be, you know, just anything, any kind of difficult situation. This is the way I see it.
Yes. Any challenges, because you're going to have them.
Yeah. You know, to handle her or talk to her with care, you know, and consider that situation a teachable moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because,
absolutely.
You know, when a sister has broken your trust, you know, I consider her being at her most vulnerable, you know, that's the most vulnerable. She's in her most vulnerable place in her life because she knows she's broken the trust of somebody who, you know, trusted their heart, you know, with her and their life and shared things, you know, with her. And so that's, you know, that's when you make your own decision, of course, to, you know, either love her from a distance or embrace her or whatever, however God, you know, may lead you or whatever. Like you were saying, Kimmy, love them from a distance, pray for her, you know, and all of that, and help them if they need help or whatever. But, you know, you don't have to necessarily.
You don't have to be around. You don't have to be around them.
Right. You don't have to include them in your circle. God never say that. Right. But
if you notice, Jesus had two good disciples. He loved Peter and John. Mm-hmm. Those were his type. Those were his homies.
He favored them. Yeah.
Yes. So he trusted them. So, you know, it's not like there's nothing wrong with loving people from afar because you want to have your peace, you know. You know, you want to have that peace in your life. And, I mean, there's some people you can't be around. I mean, if you notice, Jesus was around his family. I just find that mind-blowing. But James decides to write a book about his brother after he went on to be with God, you know. So it's always going to be those family members that doubt you or that doesn't believe in what you're doing, or it's always going to be that sisterhood, the same thing. So you just continue on doing you and just love them from afar if you can be around them because you don't want them to come into your life to cause disruption because God got something great for you to do. Yeah. And sometimes Satan brings people in your life for distractions. So you have to recognize that too because, you know, when you have a distraction, then you are taken away from the assignment that God has for you because he will do that. He doesn't want you to do your assignment from God because he doesn't want God's word to come forward to anyone. So if he keeps you distracted, he's going to bring more and more challenges because he was like, okay, she can't handle this, so let me bring more, you know. So as he brings more trials and tribulations, just remember that God will never place more on you than you can bear. And then those challenges, situations, will be those things that you can tell other people that you have gone through because you may have people who will be going through those similar situations. And you can testify, if God can do it for me, he'll do it for you. So it can go both ways. So that's how I learn. Yeah.
That's good there.
Wow. God's amazing.
Kimmy, you have any? Absolutely. You have any closing remarks?
I just want to say, my sister, you are definitely one of my sisters that I believe that God has definitely brought in my life. And a true sister is based really love. You love one another.
Yeah.
You're there for each other. It's not based on who's always right, who's always wrong. It's just love. It's love. And I just love this subject because it's important that we understand that we're not here to compete with each other, but we're here to uplift each other. Because if you want to compete with your other sister, that causes friction. God didn't ever tell us to compete with one another. He says to uplift each other, to edify one another. Edifying means you give honor to your sister. And that's nothing wrong with that when you are secure with God. When you are secure with God, it's so easy to do because you're led by the Holy Spirit. You cannot do this based on your spirit now. Don't get me wrong, because the spirit be like, oh, she thinks she all of that, she ain't all of that. But when you are led by the Spirit is going to say, look at this wonderful sister. She's doing amazing work. She's so amazing. But once you focus on that and mature in the Holy Spirit, you will see the benefits of edifying other sisters, because as you're edifying a sister, someone is edifying you. So it works both ways. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. That was wonderful. Well, that was wonderful, Kim. See, that's why I just love when you're on the show. You, my goodness,
you're amazing too. I love having you. I love to be on the show with you, and I need to also interview you one day on Fellowship Friday. You're amazing. So.
Oh, you're amazing. I appreciate it. I appreciate you, and just, I too, I know that, our friendship, sisterhood, was God ordained. I just really thank God for you. Man, my goodness, sisterhood is really important.
This was definitely a great fellowship for me.
We push each other. Yeah.
Yes,
yeah. You can really grow. Yeah, you can really grow and be your best you. Yeah, absolutely.
That's for you.
Oh, thank you.
Now just know you're a winner in my eyes.
So
no matter what you think, you're a winner.
You are a winner in mine as well. Absolutely. Absolutely. See, you guys, sisterhood is amazing. I want to thank the listeners for listening in to Let's Talk Show right here on Elations Radio, and this special, wonderful, lovely guest, Miss Boss Lady, Miss Kimmy Kim. You all take it easy until next time. We'll see you right here on Elations Radio, Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. You all have a blessed and safe week and wonderful weekend. Good night. I love you, Kimmy.
Love you back.
You say you feel defeated and you're down for the count. You feel like life has thrown you blows and God ain't been around. But I've come to encourage you, so hold your head high. Know that God is in your corner now, no more inner lies. You are a winner, you just can't lose. Who burn a cave more than a conqueror, Jesus in you. You are a winner, you were born to win. Who burn a cave more than a conqueror, power within. You are a winner. Somebody's saying to me now, you just don't understand. No, I understand you very well, 'cause that's where I've been. So I come to encourage